Hello. In my role as First Lady, I want to focus my attention on where policy and people intersect. And the need for health insurance reform is a critically important issue for families all across the country. Healthcare is something I've thought a great deal about myself as the mother of 2 young daughters. I'll never forget the night 8 years ago when our baby daughter Sasha just wouldn't stop crying. And we knew something was wrong, but we didn't know what. So we called our pediatrician and we met him early the next morning. He examined her and he told us that she might have meningitis. And then he sent us straight to the emergency room. And see, that moment in our lives flashes through my mind when we talk about healthcare reform. How if we hadn't had insurance, if we couldn't afford a doctor, we might have waited until it was too late. Our daughter could have lost her hearing or possibly even her life. And if we hadn't had good insurance that gave us the coverage that we needed, we could have been saddled with medical bills that we might not have been able to afford.
I was very fortunate in that our insurance, after copays, they paid 100% of my medical bills. But my copay still came to $27,000 that year, which I took what I had left in savings and tried to pay it, and I wasn't going to see daylight, so I filed bankruptcy. I am currently a 4-year lung cancer survivor and a 2-year breast cancer survivor. At the end of the year, the company that I work for changed our insurance policy. It went from $27,000, which was bad enough, to my copays would have been $101,000. I'm uninsurable to go anywhere else. I've tried that because of my pre-existing condition. So I'm at a point in my life that I have to choose between whether I'm going to have screening done to see if my cancer's returned, or if I'm going to keep a roof over my head. I opt to keep the roof over my head right now. That's not a good solution, but that way I can at least pay my bills. People need to realize this is not a political issue. To me, it's a moral issue, and people need to stop and think about the ramifications it has on families when they are not able to take care of one another.
We've all heard stories about how tough it can be when dealing with insurance companies gets in the way of caring for those we love. When a tragic illness strikes or when a simple checkup turns into something not so simple. Insurance headaches are something that all of us have had to deal with at some point in our lives. Barack's plan will make sure that every family gets to have the same peace of mind that we've had.
Insurance companies are allowed by law to charge women more than men, sometimes significantly more. And too often insurance benefits don't cover the services women need. So at every point along the way, insured or uninsured, women are paying higher costs, often with less coverage, and being discriminated against by insurance companies. Well, right now, a lot of women in America have health insurance coverage that is pretty good for them and their families until they get sick. And then too often they figure out how limited those policies are. And often the individual market is pretty erratic. If you're very young and healthy, you may be able to get a great policy for a time. But if you have any kind of condition that you've had treatment for in the past, or even surgery in the past, you are often regarded as having a pre-existing condition. So at that point, the individual insurance market can be really punishing. You don't have affordable coverage, you don't have any employee assistance. A new health insurance exchange would have affordable coverage, available coverage without a pre-existing condition barrier. So at every step along the way, insured or uninsured, women would be a lot better off with health insurance reform.
One of the good things about the plan is if you already have insurance that you like, then you're all set. You keep that insurance and you keep your doctors. This plan just puts in place some basic rules of the road to protect you from abuses and unfair practices. Barack's plan is about ensuring that everyone in this country can care for their families and follow their dreams and have the chance to make of their lives what they wish. And it's hard to achieve those dreams if you can't rely on quality, affordable health insurance. That's what's at stake. And that's what we're fighting for. That's what this healthcare debate is all about, particularly for women who are raising kids, taking care of families. talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors, and let's get the word out about what's at stake. We all need to work together to make this a reality. Thank you.